Still no relief for American consumers as supply chain issues combine with the war in Ukraine to create the perfect storm for American consumers. Jeff Flock has the latest on oil prices and what to expect in the coming weeks.
It takes me like $64 to fill my tank now. It used to only be $28.
Oil prices are rising again, and that could mean more pain at the pump. AAA saying that the national average is just over $4.27 a gallon now, down from $4.29 yesterday, but still near record highs. And with prices expected to remain close to those levels in the short term, at least 22 states are considering suspending their gas taxes, calling it the best way to protect the economic recovery.
We're coming into spring and summer months where we want people to get out and vacation.
Crude oil prices shooting up to near $110 a barrel early Friday, continuing the whiplash that started with Russia's invasion of Ukraine, which sent oil up to $140 a barrel before falling to less than $100. Fed Chair Jerome Powell saying earlier this week that the volatility is expected to intensify in the coming weeks, putting more inflationary pressure on the economy.
You're looking at higher oil prices, higher commodity prices. It'll be so that we think that will weigh on GP to some extent.
It's already having a big impact on grocery prices, which are forecast to increase by 6% this year. Some families say they are struggling to keep food on the table, and they're asking for more help from the government.
You need to feed your kids, and you can't. Sometimes I don't think they understand really what's going on, but they need to eat. So we're just trying to balance things out.
Gas station owners set their prices based on what they think the fuel costs for them will be going forward. And right now, those expectations are pretty high. In Abington, Pennsylvania, I'm Jeff Flock, Fox Business.
Volkswagen is recalling more than 246,000 SUVs due to unexpected braking. Faulty wiring harnesses can make them brake unexpectedly, sometimes while they're in traffic. The recall comes after about 50 people complained to U.S. safety regulators about the problem, some reporting nearly being rear-ended by other vehicles. The recall covers certain Atlas SUVs from 2019 through 2023 and Atlas Cross Sports from 2020 through 2023. Documents say the electrical contacts on a wiring harness can corrode, interrupting electrical connections. The problem can also cause side airbags to deploy late in a crash. VW doesn't have a fix yet, but owners will get letters starting May 10th. An 18-year-old is under arrest in California, accused of shooting a man with a gel bead pellet gun. Now police are investigating whether or not the attack may have been inspired by the viral TikTok Orbeez challenge. Myra Franco tells us how a prank may have turned into a crime.
These types of activities are not acceptable. Racial slurs are not acceptable. There is a consequence for doing these types of things.
Police say 18-year-old Jordan Albuquin of Clovis is now behind bars, accused of carelessly shooting a person with this toy gun and carrying out a hate crime. A Hispanic man told police Albuquin yelled a racial slur at him before firing Thursday morning. The man was hit twice in the face and shoulder and called police immediately. Then the accused shooter sped off.
Officers arrived in the area very quickly and were given a good description of the vehicle. The officers that initially got there were able to locate the vehicle driving away recklessly.
Inside the truck, police say they found a plastic-painted gel blaster. That prank turning into a crime. Police say 3 were involved, but only 1 will face consequences. Police say the crime could have been inspired by a new TikTok trend called #Orbeez Challenge. It encourages people to shoot at each other or strangers with water bead guns.
Right now there has been some things on social media regarding these types of events. These are very dangerous. We don't suggest that anybody does it. And also the fact of yelling racial slurs at somebody is not acceptable.
Police say the victim was not seriously hurt.
So there's a misdemeanor charge for doing this type of event, but it's also very dangerous. Somebody could be struck in the eye, they can be severely injured.